Alright guys, we got our official bets and prediction video for UFC 311, Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan part 2. And guys, what a banger card to talk about. We are 85% done with our bets and prediction video just for the simple fact that we haven't seen the interviews, we haven't seen the UFC embedded videos, we haven't seen the press conferences or the weigh-ins. So we have a lot of lumber to lay before we go ahead and do 100% fully bet on these guys. But I like what I see, and I thought I should share it with you guys. Now, guys, this is taking place in California, and if you don't know what's going on in California, there's been a hellfire going on. A lot of houses that are worth millions and millions of dollars that's been burning down, and Dana White didn't really give a damn. He said, we're still having this thing in California, and we're going to be fighting on hell on earth. So, guys, this is literally hell on earth, and this is probably why the poster looks like this. The fire, the cold, the energy that we're gonna have to receive in this card is going to be absolutely spectacular. But guys, before we get into this bets and prediction video, do me a favor and simply like the video, subscribe, damn it. Do me that favor. We're on a road to 500 subscribers, so help the community grow. But without further ado, enough of me talking, let's get into the first bets and prediction video. All right guys, we got the main event. We got Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan part 2. Islam Makhachev is coming in at a minus 400 favorite, and we have Arman Tsarukyan coming in as a plus 330 dog. And if you look at Arman Tsarukyan coming in at a plus 330 dog, you're probably thinking, what the hell? This dude is beating Charles Oliveira, but Neil Dariush. And you look at Islam Makhachev coming in at minus 400. This dude has been absolutely green light, beating Dustin Poirier, Alexander Volkanovski. But guys, I'm not going to overcomplicate this for you guys, man. I'm going to have to go with Islam Makhachev. I'm going to have to go with the odds and what the odds are saying, man. That minus 400, granted, if you are betting on that, and if you're betting on that on the money line, the only way you can get value is if you bet $400 on Islam. But I'm going to have to go with Islam winning this bout, and I think he wins this bout round 4 via submission, man. Islam Makhachev is just head and shoulders better than Arman Tsarukyan. There's no reason to overcomplicate it, man. There's a reason why this dude is #1 pound for pound. So how in the world, how in the hell can my heart, can my mind go ahead and bet on Arman Tsarukyan? You have the #1 pound for pound animal in the UFC right now. This dude is on a tear, and I just really can't bet against it. So guys, I will be betting on Islam Makhachev, and I will be betting on him blindy, damn it, until he can show me something different. Next fight up, we have the co-main event, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab Dvalishvili for the bantamweight championship belt. And guys, this is going to be an absolute banger of a fight right here, man. But I'm not going to overcomplicate this. I'm going to have to go with Merab winning this bout. Now, I know this is like the storyline between the cousins, Islam Makhachev and Umar Nurmagomedov winning the belt. Umar Nurmagomedov kind of winning the belt, and then Islam Makhachev finishing that relay race. But I don't think that happens, guys. I really don't think that happens. You go ahead and look at these spots right here. Let's look at the resume. You look at Merab. He's been in these fight night spots, and he's been in these pay-per-view spots time in and time out. You go ahead and look at these pay-per-view spots that he's been in. He's beaten Sean O'Malley at UFC 306, beating Henry Cejudo at 298, beating Aldo at 278, 266. He beat Marlon Morales at 252. He beat John Dodson. So he's used to being in these pay-per-view spots. Umar, on the other hand, look at the dudes he's fought. Tell me, who do you know in these lists of dudes that he's fought except Corey Sandhagen? I've never really heard of these dudes. These dudes are no names. So Umar Nurmagomedov, in my opinion, has to show me something. Now, I do think this is not going to be the only time that these two dudes face each other. I do think this is going to be a trilogy. I think Umar Nurmagomedov is going to lose the first bout of their trilogy, and he is going to have the first loss of his career to Merab Dvalishvili. Maybe it might be his kryptonite, to be honest, but we have further to be seen, and my decision can change as the fight build up. We all know Merab. The only thing that I can see him being troubled with in this build up of the fight literally is the build up of the fight, the fans being against him. How does Merab control himself mentally and emotionally? That's the only thing that I can go ahead and be like, okay, Merab, you're a little bit out of control, and I might fade you. But all in all, man, I'm going to have to go with the guy that's been in these spots time in and time out. And I have Merab at the plus 290 underdog, beating Umar Nurmagomedov and retaining his bantamweight championship belt. All right, next fight up, we have Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. And guys, right now, I'm back and forth on this fight right now, man. But I am going to be leaning towards Yuri Prochazka winning this bout, man. I think the footwork of Yuri Prochazka is just too much for Jamal Hill. You go ahead and look at the resume of Yuri Prochazka. The only kryptonite of the dude has been Alex Pereira. You look at Jamal Hill, this dude has lost to Paul Craig and Alex Pereira. After that, he's been cash money. I'll give him that. But the Brazilians has been the common denominator of what this dude has been facing. In this spot right here, guys, I am on a slight lean towards Yuri Prochazka. I think the footwork is going to play head and shoulders difference in this fight right here. And I'm just going to simply lean towards Yuri Prochazka winning this fight. Next fight up, we got Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. And guys, I'm just going to simply bet on Renato Moicano winning this bout. He is coming in at a minus 190 favorite, which I kind of find crazy. I feel like he should be a highly favored fighter going into this. I think minus 300 is the right number for Renato Moicano. So to get him at a minus 190, I think it's kind of crazy. Now, I don't know what's going on with Beneil Dariush that I don't know for him to be at a plus 170. I feel like they're doing him justice at putting him at that number. But guys, I'm going to have to go with the younger guy, the hungrier guy, the guy with the chip on his shoulder, the guy that I know that's putting work in the gym. I know this dude Moicano is sleeping at the gym. This dude is living at the gym, and he wants to get paid like a freaking superstar. So he knows these moments are the moments where he has to show up, and I have to believe that Renato Moicano is just going to show up in the spot against Beneil Dariush. I know Beneil Dariush is tough. His hands are tough, and that's gonna be the deciding factor of this fight. Can Beneil Dariush really whip up those combinations and make it difficult for Moicano? And can Moicano put Beneil Dariush on the floor and inflict this ground and pound? Now, I know Beneil Dariush's bottom game is decent, but I think Renato Moicano's top game is just better than his bottom game. But all in all, guys, I'm gonna have to take Renato Moicano winning this bout. Next fight up, we have Kevin Holland versus Reiner De Ryder. And guys, I'm not going to overcomplicate this, man. I'm going to be taking Reiner De Ryder in this bout, man. If you want to gamble, bet on Kevin Holland, man. I looked at a stat and I did a little bit of research of my own. And when the odds are between plus 100 and minus 199, Kevin Holland is 5-7. So betting on Kevin Holland when he's a favorite is literally a gamble. And that's a spot I don't want to be at. I think a Reiner De Ryder with a clear game plan can easily wash through Kevin Holland through 3 rounds, or at least bare minimum 2 rounds, and that's a spot that I want to be at. I'm taking Reiner De Ryder in this bout right here. Next fight up, we have Bogdan Guskov versus Billy Ekelana. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but you get the memo what I'm saying. Guys, I'm going to be taking Billy in this bout. I don't know the odds in this bout right here, but whatever the odds come out, I'm taking Billy in this bout, man. Now Guskov, he is coming in with that Bobby Green stance where his hands are low, his combinations are decent. He'll throw them where you don't see him, so I'll give him that. His head movement is his main style of defense, and his counter punches will be his path to victory. But this Billy Enkelov dude, this dude right here, man, once he put that pressure on you, and once he is moving forward and marching forward towards you, that is the last thing you want. And I can easily bet on this dude blindly. I think this dude can easily win this fight by KO. I think Billy will go into this fight as his and plus this is his UFC pay-per-view debut, so he will be prepared and he will be ready to go ahead and show out for the fans that are out there. And I believe he'll go in this bout, win this bout by KO. Next fight up, we have Peyton Tablet versus Renan Barcelos. And I'm going to be going with Peyton Tablet going in this bout right now. He is a minus 1,000 favorite. Obviously, I won't be betting on minus 1,000s. I believe you get no value betting on minus 1,000. But it's clear as day that Peyton Tablet is the head and shoulders better fighter than this dude Barcelos. I looked at these two dudes. I try to find a reason to go with Ronald and try to go within that plus 800 crowd. But nothing says that I need to back this dude up. He's decent. He's a good fighter. He will put on a good competition against Peyton Tablet. Peyton Tablet started MMA at the age of 18, so he has 8 years of experience, and he's going against a dude with a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Damn it, that's tough to go against. Any dude with black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is tough as hell. And in this spot right now, I'm gonna have to go with Peyton Tablet. His path to victory is the stand-up game. I don't think he wants to go on the ground with this dude right here. But I'm gonna have to go with Payne Tablet. I'm gonna have to go with him by KO. Next fight up, we have Jotun Almeida versus Sergey Spivak. And guys, this is another fight that I don't need to overcomplicate again. How many times did I say I don't need to overcomplicate? I don't know. But this is another fight, like I said, I don't need to overcomplicate. I'm taking Jotun Almeida winning this bout. He is the bigger guy. He is the faster guy. He is the guy that's better in shape, and his wrestling is better. Now, Sergey Spivak, his boxing, it has improved, and that could be a problem for Jotun Almeida. But the only thing you could just simply stop the boxing is just by taking him down to the floor. And I think Jotun Almeida just puts him in deep waters. After taking a tough loss to Curtis Blades, he is angry, and I don't see him losing this bout, going on a back-to-back loss, especially to Sergey Spivak. I'm going to go with Jotun Almeida winning this bout. Next fight up, we have Zachary Reese versus Sadiq Dumas. And guys, I think Zachary Reese can win this fight by first round KO. And if he doesn't win this fight by first round KO, I'm going to have to go with Sadiq Dumas. And guys, this isn't a fight that I want to put on my ticket. This is the fight that I want to live bet. This isn't a fight that you want to add on your parlay and sweat for no reason. I think Zachary Reese is the better fighter. He is the fighter that can go from round 1 to round 3. The real question is, can that gas tank last for that long? I don't see a fighter that's just putting on relentless pressure, holding on the gas tank for 3 rounds with nonstop pressure the way Zachary Reese does it. But he tends to do it. A lot of his fights come from round 1 finishes. He did get finished in round 1 himself by Cody Brundage. But in this fight right here, if he doesn't win this fight by KO in the first round, I'm going to have to go with Sadiq Dumas on the live bet, winning this fight by decision. I just don't see Zachary Reese holding it out for 3 rounds with Sadiq Dumas. And Sadiq Dumas could just fit it in, barely fit it in for the plus 230 underdog. Maybe if I can get him at a live underdog at plus 500 with him losing the first round is a spot that I want to be at. But with that, I have to do more research on it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That's the only angle that I'm looking at. Next fight up, we have Grant Dawson versus Carlos Diego Ferreira. And guys, man, I really don't want to keep going with underdogs. But this is another underdog spot that I'm liking. Now, call me crazy, man, but this is where I'm leaning to, man. I really want to lean Grant Dawson at the minus 280. I think Grant Dawson is a good fighter, but everything that Grant Dawson does good, I think Carlos Diego Ferreira can really negate that. Now Grant Dawson is good at wrestling, and he's good at taking dudes down. You have a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in Carlos Diego Ferreira that can throw up submission attempts, throw up different looks, and really put a problem on this dude on the back. You have a Carlos Diego Ferreira that knocked out Michael Johnson. Who knocks out Michael Johnson? Only dudes like Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier can do things like that. So for him to go ahead and be on that list of knocking out Michael Johnson, I gotta give credit where credit is due. And the thing is, this is a tough matchup for Grant Dawson. If you want to be on the safe side, yes, go lean towards Grant Dawson and sweat. But I will lean towards Carlos Diego Ferreira on the underdog. And I don't want to just keep going with underdogs here, guys. I know I've been saying underdog. But this is just another underdog spot that I'm just liking. Next fight up, we have Carlos Rosas versus Alan Perez. And guys, you're going to hate me again, man. I'm going to have to go with Alan Perez winning this bout, man. Carla Rosa, she is a one-trick pony. She has one combination in her books, and that is a 1-2 leg kick. That's all she has. Those leg kicks are damaging. I will give her that. If you look at those thighs that she have, those thighs are big. And Alan Perez, I believe in this bout, her path to victory is just simply taking Carla Rosa to the floor and putting her on her back and just simply doing it repeatedly for the for 3 rounds straight and just simply winning the fight and twerking on her when the judges grant her the decision win by unanimous decision. Alan Perez, she's able to finish her opponents. Carla Rosa is the decision merchant. You go ahead and look at the fight that Carla Rosa has been having. All of it's been going by decision. And Alan Perez is able to at least take fights into submission aspects of things. And she's able to be in more dangerous spots than Carla Rosa's. And she understands dangerous spots more than Carla Rosa. Simply just put her on her back and just simply ground and pound. And that is Alan Perez's path to victory. And I'm going to have to go with Alan Perez by decision. Next fight up, we have Renai Nakamura versus Muin Gurakov. I'm not even going to say if I pronounce the name right or wrong. I really don't give a damn. But I'm going to have to go with the Asian Renai Nakamura winning this bout. Now, guys, you know my trend. Fade the Asians at all time. But in this spot right now, I'm not going to say fade the Asian. I think Renai Nakamura is the fighter to take. I think taking him at the minus 350 is a good spot. Not the best spot, I will say, because you don't get much value. But this dude is beating Carlos Veras in his most recent fight. Fernando Garcia in his most recent fight. Taking fights to decision. If he has to, he'll take it to KO TKO. So I got to give credit where credit is due. This is a guy that can go ahead and put the thump. And I'm going to have to take him winning this bout. By what? I don't know. This is the big question mark. But I'm going to have to go by decision, gun in my head. Next fight up, we have Ricky Turquoise versus Bernardo Sopai. And guys, I have Bernardo Sopai winning this fight right now. Things can change. I don't know how I'm really feeling fully. This Ricky Turquoise guy, anything can happen. I feel like he can be a magical underdog that can just go ahead and put the beating on his opponent. The real question is, I just don't know if he has it put together. And that's the dangerous part on betting on him. I like to bet on an underdog that at least has a well-rounded game. And granted, he has a good stand-up game, but his ground game is just non-existent at all. You have a Bernardo Sopa. You go ahead and look at his resume. He's coming off a crazy KO loss to Vinicius de Oliveira. So he definitely needs a win back. And he's coming into this bout knowing that he needs a win for crying out loud. So I believe he goes in the bout, gets the win, and does what he needs to do. Next fight up, we have Tajir Oklabov versus Clayton Carpenter. Now, Tajir is the starter of the Khabib camp. Khabib will be out in this bout right now on the corner of Tajir, coaching him, putting him on point how to win this bout. You have Clayton Carpenter, that that young version of Kobe Covington. If you look at his press conferences, you look at his interviews, he does bring out that Kobe Covington energy, and this dude likes to go. But in this spot right here, I'm gonna have to take Tajir. And granted, this dude stand-up game isn't world class. He doesn't have that knockout power. If you look at him compared to Islam Makhachev, this dude might be looking taller and bigger than Islam Makhachev, but for some odd reason, he's in the flyweight division. So you're not really expecting a knockout from this dude, Tajir. But I just think he is going to be head and shoulders the bigger and better fighter in this bout right here. I believe taking him down, taking Clayton Carpenter down to the ground is the path to victory, and just simply submitting him is the path to victory for Tajir Oblakov. And I'm just going to simply take him winning this bout by round 2 submission or KO TKO round 2.
Темная ночь, только пули свистят по степи, только ветер гудит провода, тускло звезды мерцают. В темную ночь ты, любимая, знаю, не спишь, и у детской кровати тайком ты слезу